Hey folks, today we're diving into a fascinating and poetic concept, the orchestra of the unheard. Imagine the power of silence. It's not just the absence of sound, but also a space for deep expression and revelation. Let's explore how unheard voices can transform silence into significant echoes. Let's unravel the metaphor of the orchestra of the unheard. Think of an orchestra, typically a harmonious blend of diverse instruments. An unheard orchestra suggests harmony that exists but isn't immediately visible or audible. In our context, it's about recognizing the potential inherent in silence and the things left unsaid that shape our perceptions. Silence can be a powerful tool for communication, resonating more than spoken words, because it allows people to fill the void with their interpretations and emotions. We often overlook how silence permits us to connect deeply by transcending the noise of our everyday lives. Silence is more than just the lack of words. It's a profound means of communication. In negotiation, a strategic pause isn't an absence of ideas, but a tactical move that pressures the other party to respond. In biology, researchers find that the quiet communication of animals through infrasonic waves demonstrates that strong signals need not be loud. Historically, consider the silent protest of the 1963 March on Washington, where silence highlighted the civil rights movement's power and determination. This silent strength is evident in many cultures where communication isn't solely verbal. For example, in Japanese culture, the space between sounds conveys as much meaning as the words themselves. Silence allows listeners to connect with the essence of what's being communicated, encouraging an active engagement with the content rather than passive reception. It's an invitation to introspection and deeper understanding. Now, what about sculpting the abyss? This phrase draws on the idea of creating something meaningful from voids. Much like artists find form in raw stone or clay, it's about understanding and expressing what's not immediately apparent, tapping into the creativity required to transform nothing into something. In scientific terms, think of dark matter in space. It's an unseen force that shapes the universe. Similarly, the abyss can be the chaotic unknown in our minds, a blank canvas waiting for our ideas to give it structure and meaning. In sculpting the abyss, we engage in a transformative process of insight and realization. Speaking of insights, here's my personal take. The orchestra of the unheard is like tapping into unseen potential within ourselves and others. Imagine how many ideas are left unspoken because their creators feel unheard. When we sculpt the abyss, we provide a structure for these ideas to take shape. I think of it as listening beyond words, a meditation on presence and awareness that opens us up to innovative thinking and genuine empathy for others' experiences. By embracing the silence and listening earnestly, we not only validate the unheard, but also enrich our understanding by finding resonance in the quietest of moments. Let's spotlight some examples of people who transformed silence into impactful movements. Take Hedy Lamarr, a Hollywood actress whose unheard talent in technology gave us frequency hopping, the basis for Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Or consider Greta Thunberg, who was a lone voice for the climate crisis, turning silence into global protests. Look at historically marginalized communities whose stories come alive through literature and art. Learning from such examples reminds us how critical it is to listen to hear what's not being said, but deeply felt, and the potentially revolutionary transformations these unheard voices can inspire in society at large. What can we learn from these unheard voices? Firstly, they teach us innovation is often birthed in silence. Edison invoked silence to concentrate and develop his inventions. Secondly, silence cultivates resilience. It's worth noting that people marginalized by their circumstances learn to turn whispers into strengths over time. We also learn empathy, a critical skill for navigating today's complexities by listening earnestly to the unheard. In our world of constant chatter, these voices remind us of the richness in pause, how profound change often begins quietly and swells until it can't be ignored, demanding our focus and understanding. All right, let's wrap it up. Today we've explored how the orchestra of the unheard plays an essential role in transforming silence into powerful messages. I challenge you to listen to the silence, to those around you, and within yourself. Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's continue the conversation.